Hello lovely people, this is Stevo here, aka the Running Englishman, who's simply here to inspire you to be the best and fittest version of yourself, because if I can do it, so can you. So today's video is, I had a little 7-mile run this morning, and that's took me over this 300 miles of Maffetone running. So also on the same weekend as I've reached 100 subscribers on YouTube, so yes, it's a little tiny milestone, but one I'm happy with nonetheless. So if you haven't subscribed already and you want to see more about my running journey, hit the red button at the bottom and join along, and we'll go through it all together. But today I'm going to do just a quick 6-7 minute video just about the past 300 miles I've done, how I'm feeling with it, if I'm going to carry on doing it. We keep it short and sweet, so don't go anywhere. I'll be back with you in a sec. Oh yeah, and just for a little treat to myself, the little bit of hard work for reaching my mini milestone of 100 subscribers and all that, I've treated myself to this little beauty. It's called a gimbal. I didn't even know they existed, but supposedly it will make my actual running videos like way smoother. So I look forward to getting out there and learning how to use it and getting some good action shots of me probably running really slow, but you see where I'm coming from. I can hopefully get some decent footage. So where was we? 300 miles of MAF. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? It doesn't take you long to rack up 300 miles really with the extra mileage gets put in doing this method. As is the story of a lot of people, it started out really frustratingly slow. I managed to keep at it for sort of 4 weeks, the minimum you need to give it really to start to see results. And that's exactly what happened with me. I started to see results in 4 weeks. The time started to drop. So running actually become really fun to do again. You find a new love for running sort of instantly when you start this. You're able to take in your surroundings as you go out and run a bit slower. You can really get into the run like you probably haven't done for a little while whilst you were running before, unless you're just starting. You're able to really concentrate on your sort of stride length, your foot strike, your form in general, your cadence, everything like that just seems to, you can put a lot of concentration into that and try and really perfect it. And with that, as you start to run faster, it's really simple to integrate all those sort of new, well, I suppose new techniques into when you're running faster as well. So it's really great for your form, really good for learning to breathe through your nose if you want to try and do that as well, because you're running a bit slower, you can actually practice your breathing techniques and all those sort of things. So it feels sort of really easy to learn to be good at running, all while getting faster at the same time. And that's all at lower heart rate as well, so everyone's a winner. So whilst taking on this whole holistic approach, you learn to look at food in a way that you've never looked at before. You get to truly learn of what junk food is, of what foods to avoid, and what foods you should eat, and their nutritional value, stuff that you never knew before. You seem to look into it a bit more, and you sort of every day is a learning day on this. I personally don't follow the diet exactly how it is on the Maffetone Method. I'm not sure it's completely what you should be doing, but I have been in and out of doing that before, and it does work, and I did lose weight and stuff like that, and I could probably do more, but now I'm doing this method, I realise that I've worked out quite a good sort of a balanced diet. I don't like to deprive myself of food that I love, you know, I just don't eat so much of it anymore. So yeah, the diet is something you definitely look at and work on. And it is hard when you're a foodie like myself, and lots of people are, but I have dropped down to my ideal weight, and I've managed to stay there. Now I've got there, so something must be working. So one of the main things that's come out of this for me over that 300 miles is the will to go running. Before, when I was running before, I've got a little bit tiny bit of history with running, trying to run faster, and it wasn't enjoyable, and I didn't want to do it. Now I'm getting up before work. I'm going before work at 5 AM sometimes. I'm going after work if I didn't manage in the morning. It's just the will of wanting to go out and do it, which has just surprised me completely. Like, I never saw that in myself, but that's what it seems to do to you. And it feels like every run has a purpose now when you're going out. It also feels like you can run for hours if you wanted to at the lower heart rate. It also feels like you could do it for the rest of your life. I don't want to sound too over the top about it, but it does feel, and a lot of people say the same, that it's something that you could do and do and do because of the lack of injuries and the easy recovery, and it's so not a lot of strain on your body. you feel like you can do it until you're old and grey. And that is my intention as well. I'm going to do it until my legs completely give up on me. I'd also just like to mention as well to the people that are concerned about running fast again, and when people that might have races coming up in the future, this is the perfect method for doing that. Give yourself a nice stretch of 3 or 4 or 5 months where you can actually build your base, because a lot of people haven't done that properly over the years. And I promise you, when you get down to doing your time trials or your races or whatever, you're going to run them faster, because all you've done is conditioned your heart to be able to run even at your race pace. It'll just be able to manage it all a bit better, and the whole run is just more efficient. And I guarantee that you're going to be breaking the times that you've done in the past. I've only done one time trial over this 300 miles, and that was a half marathon just a few weeks back. And I ran fairly steady. My heart rate was a reasonable thing of like 159, and I knocked 6.5 minutes off of my half marathon. So that shocked me completely. I wasn't expecting to see that result, and it's something I never thought I could do. But that's proof in itself that just doing loads of mileage at your low heart rate just conditions yourself to be able to run faster for longer. So as far as the negatives go, I can't think of too many, to be honest with you. I was trying to think of a video that I could make for my channel about the negatives of MAF, but it'd literally be 1 minute long, because I can't really think of any apart from the usuals, that you're having to run slow at the beginning. It's the same for everyone, and everyone that has negatives about it, it's always that, or that it takes too long to get into, like it takes 4 weeks, sometimes like that, or more to start seeing results, and people ain't got the patience for it. Yeah, all the usual sort of complaints. The only complaint I'd have probably is that you're going to get through more running shoes than you thought you ever would, because it didn't take me long to knock up 300 miles and you're starting to think about having to get a new pair. So, but we chose this your hobby, and something you just have to deal with, I suppose. So one of the little things I've learned during this 300 miles is that your times can differ between one run to the other. There was a time at the beginning where I used to stress out that one was way slower than the day before, or something like that. 2 days ago I went for a run. I went to 10 miles and my average pace was 8 minutes 40. This morning I went for 7 miles, so 3 miles less, and my average pace was 9 minutes, so 20 seconds different. So like I say, back in the day I would have stressed out about that, but I know there's so many things from day to day that can make your heart rate run differently, so I'm not going to stress about that anymore. All you got to do really is check out the general direction. If you're starting to see your times go up and up and up consistently for a couple of weeks perhaps, then maybe something's not working out. But if it's doing it over 1 or 2 runs like that, there'd probably be another reason why that's happening. So don't just dismiss it and think that it's not working anymore. Keep at it, and just watch the general direction of your progress. So the results are there to be seen, aren't they? Like, this can't be a coincidence, surely, that I'm seeing so many people with good results from this sort of running method. People are running slow to get faster. It's that simple. And even if you're not planning on getting faster, if you're not bothered about all that sort of thing, which a lot of people aren't, all the benefits that come with doing this, even over just 300 miles for myself, all the benefits that come with it is absolutely life-changing, I think. Like, when you sort out your diet and your body starts to take shape, and you've never felt so fit, even at a sort of an older age. I'm only 37, but even at an older age I feel in better condition than what I've been the whole of my life, and that's all just because of running like this. And I don't want to sound sort of over dramatic about it, but this is the best discovery I've ever had in my lifetime for anything like this. Just stumbling across this and just getting into it and giving it a go is an absolute life changer, and you'll hear so many people say the same thing, that it just makes them feel good, and it's like a new lease of life. So you're learning to sleep better and eat better, and everything that comes with it. It's just a great life change. And I'm only in the early stages as well, to be fair. I'm only 300 miles in. I've still got the speed work and stuff to throw in there as well, which is not too far around the corner either, really. I feel like I've built a bit of a base to work on now. It's probably not long down the line where I'll stick a bit of sort of faster running there and just see if it can take me any further as well. So the encouraging signs are there, and I'm pretty sure that this will be the case for most people that give the Maffetone Method a try. So just a real quick recap, that's 300 miles done of pure Maffetone running. My heart rate is 143, so that's what I do all my runs at various sort of distances and times of day. Let's just get into training in. My first MAF test I done was 10:28. My most recent one, which I've done, was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, which was 8:15, I believe. So that's 2 minutes, 13 seconds knocked off in just that 300 miles. So I'll say that's pretty good improvement now. I'm really happy with that. My half marathon, I've knocked 6.5 minutes off. I now can run it around in 1:46 and something seconds. So yeah, that's improved, all because of doing the Maffetone method. And at the same time, managing to get down to my ideal weight. So I'm really chuffed with that, and I'm managing to stay there just from getting the sort of miles in. And just enjoying every run I do, even when the weather's shit. I just go out and just do it, and just enjoy them. You know, there's only a bit of rain, there's only a bit of cold wind, whatever. Just go out there and get the training done. I have no pain after the runs now. I used to get back with proper sort of painful legs and feet, stuff like that. Gone. I got no injuries, no niggles after the runs or the next day. It's pretty much a sleep it off job. Your recovery is so fast with this. You sleep it off overnight, have a good kip. You wake up and you're feeling good to go the next day if you wanted to. The whole process just feels sustainable, like you could do it for years and years. So it's definitely worth giving it a try. And I've heard it's a common story that people saying it's an actual life changer when they get into it. And I'd like to hear your stories as well. So yeah, check out my email below. Please send them over to me so I can read them out for some case studies. Because trust me, I'm all ears on those stories. I'm really intrigued about how it all works and how people are getting on with it. So yeah, don't be afraid to send me an email over, and with just permission for me to use the stories in my future videos. Just before I go, just want to try the new handheld gimbal. Oh yes. Well, it does run smooth. Yeah, look forward to giving that a go out in the streets there. Could make for a bit more interesting videos than sat in my my bedroom. But yeah, so if you like what you're seeing, please hit the subscribe button. If you're new to MAF, go back to see my old videos if you get time, and it just shows where I began with it and just the progress coming up to now. And I really appreciate you joining me, and I'll speak with you again soon. Stevo.